Good evening and welcome to the Town of Proctor August 24th Select Board meeting. If you'd please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Motion would be in order to review and approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Any additions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. A motion will be in order for the August 10th Select Board meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Open public comment. Is there anybody online that would like to speak? All right. Tomorrow night is the back to school barbecue. Everyone's invited. It starts at 5 o'clock at the high school. And when's the next concert?
Next concert is September 3rd. The next, is that a Wednesday? Yeah, September 3rd, I think.
Okay.
Or second. No, the first Wednesday in September. And it's a,
Second, I think. The first is on Tuesday.
okay, yeah. And it's a tribute band for Fleetwood Mac. Somebody new, so should be good. And then the Fall Festival, as a reminder, is September 26th.
All right. Everyone had a chance to review and sign the orders. You have in your packet the mocked up winter snow ice clearing operation second draft, so we'll take discussion on that.
I might as well start, Lisa, but yeah, I like a lot what I see here and a lot of edits that were done.
Okay.
And, just maybe some cleanups on page 3.
Yep.
Section 4, do we want to make that section 3 because we eliminated section 3? Because on the previous page, there's, Article 1, Section 1, Article 2, Section 1.
Oh, section 4.
Okay, and then Article 3, laws, it's Section 1,
Oh, I
Section
see.
2, and then we come over here to page 3, and then
yeah.
we turned or cut out 3.
So Article 3, Section 3.
Yeah.
It should be instead of 4.
Yeah.
Instead of 4.
Okay, yep.
And then, only other thing I would like to say is on Article 4, Section 1, the general about snow should not be blown, plowed, or
Yeah.
shoveled onto the town highways.
Yeah.
I know when I walk South Street a lot,
Yeah.
when I come to Marcel's, now of course the town, does the sidewalk, but when they plow their parking lot, they push out the snow into,
Who does?
Marcel's. And many times I've been there and it's been a 3-foot or more, embankment of snow pushed into the sidewalk where the town, cleared it out. So I don't know if we want to put in there, maybe possibly avoid pushing it onto the sidewalks. Or just, when we see that, just bring
I
it
think
to
places
Judy's
like that
attention.
are a bit of an anomaly. You don't have many
Yes.
places that are seamless, I guess, from parking lot to sidewalk.
We put the snow should not be blown or plowed or shoveled into town highways or sidewalks?
Sure.
Under number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work. I just wanted to bring it up in that we had some verbiage in there about roads and or sidewalks.
Okay.
And I hear you, Lisa. That is a unique situation, but, just
Right.
try to push it, because
And I can make a
know
phone
the
call.
guys have tried to clear it out, with their Bobcat, but that's a chore once you
Yeah.
get a snowbank that's set up, and been there. So-
Yeah, we dealt with that last year, we talked about that, so.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so I can make a phone call to him too, just.
Yeah, well, I never said anything to you, Judy, I just saw it, and I know I saw the town crew trying to
Yeah.
clear it out, and...
Yeah, someone else
Avoid it.
complained about it.
Yeah, from the start.
Yeah, it would make life a little bit
Okay.
easier for them. And then on page 4, we've got those 4 items identified as 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, yeah, they probably need to be.
Yeah, they probably need to be,
I didn't renumber stuff
Yeah,
when
no,
I was
no, I
editing.
just, yeah,
Yeah, so
Yeah, okay, I can change those.
we're at 6, so it'd be 7 and 8 and 9, I guess.
and I just wanted to make one comment on, item 12, about taking out that we don't do, any
Yeah.
highway repairs, and we shouldn't. On the right of way, everything should be street level or lower,
Yeah.
So every time, you don't have to go through this every year, but that's, I can agree with, taking that out of there. The only thing is, that gives some closure to that issue. Now, when Judy gets a cow, she's gonna say, we don't repair driveways. Are they gonna then go on to you, because, well, where is that policy? Where does it say we don't repair lawns? And the only thing is, with it being in a document that says we do not do, lawn repairs, that's the closure. The town, board has spoken, and this is the policy that we are adopting. When when the Sheriff's Department wants to enforce, no parking, they wanted us to put it in an ordinance. Then they wanted us to put signs up there, just so...
Well, if you want to put it back in, then I'm only gonna vote for the first sentence, because you've had it in all this time, and it hasn't held a drop of water. Because we have gone.
Oh, okay, when you say drop water, what did I miss?
And we fixed certain people's because they have such fuss fits. And so it's either all or nothing as far.
And the wording was slightly different though, originally, because it did say it would be under the advisement of the foreman and the town manager to decide whether we repair your
Right, and
property.
even that, I think, gives too much leeway.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying, eliminate that and just like put the first line.
If you
Then
want
it's written.
to have the first sentence, I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
Yep,
But once you start with words like
No.
minimal.
yeah, no, I didn't want to go down that road.
substantive,
I just
or-
wanted it to
Then
be...
it's like,
Right.
what does that mean? My minimal is 6 feet. What's
Yeah.
your minimal is
Yeah.
2.5 feet.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the town
Okay, that's
policy
fine.
is
I don't-
we don't
We
do
can put
any,
that back in.
any repairs,
Well, and that's what the first sentence says, so.
Yep.
I just, in a lot of stuff I read, most municipalities don't have anything in it,
Yeah.
in theirs at all, but that's fine. I mean, it's in there and that, answers the question then.
Okay, and I can make these edits and then just give it to you next meeting for signing and approval, if you so
Is that okay?
decide to approve.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
All right, so we'll just let her make all the edits and then we'll take action.
Yeah,
It's just a policy, so it becomes effective.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, I'm just giving you fair warning, that was my work, I did no work on the sewer one, so.
No, I can understand with the V.S.A stuff and everything else going on.
Yeah.
It's hard to find time.
Okay, a motion would be in order to move into the Board of Water Commissioners at 6:10.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor? All right, you had in your packet one list and then a more extensive list on the table for delinquent accounts.
So the one that was on the table is just a list of everybody I did up to date that was beyond like $500. But a lot of those are, you know, either being sold, in payment plans, even though they're delinquent, they're in payment plans. So the list I gave you in your packets when you picked them up is a list of the people who were delinquent and were not making payments. And since then, I've updated it because we have received some payments. So I believe I think she did it the same. Let me make it. Coincides
So
with
can I just ask, this one that made a payment here for 1,600? And then on this sheet, they still owe 1,600? Or is that?
That sheet was done before this was updated. So that was pulled, the date here. This was as of today.
8/20,
Yeah,
okay.
like this-
So they should be paid in full?
Yeah, like the one
Okay.
I have is as of today. Yours was as of, I
Okay,
think,
okay, because
Thursday.
I was like, whoa, that's a lot, okay, so
Right.
this one's probably paid in full
Yeah.
then, okay.
Yeah. And then the others, the one, I don't believe, let me look at this to see what you had and what you didn't have.
So we could just go down the list, has the first one on this list paid anything?
No.
Second one,
Yes.
okay, and what did they pay?
500.
Okay, the third one,
Yes, 350.
and is that on a plan, or that just?
All these people had agreements.
Have agreements,
Yes,
but they broke them?
yes.
And so are they on new agreements, or they're just coming in and paying this?
They haven't even reached out to me. They've just been coming in and paying what they feel like paying, which is,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's like,
Yeah.
that's not the deal.
So, actually, I mean, if they don't have a plan and they aren't paying, they could be shut off.
Right. I mean, if they paid this time and then they keep coming in, but again, it's
Yeah.
like back and forth. It's like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
can't be 1 month, not the next month. And
But if they missed a month, they could be,
oh yeah,
shut off,
Well,
okay.
yeah, and the ones as of on this list that don't come in by Monday, August 31st is a deadline. They're
okay.
shut off.
So has the fourth one paid anything?
Okay, sorry, I just got it because it's a different list the way it's done. No,
Oh.
no,
Okay.
it's just that this one she just did it.
Okay.
Helpful.
The next one we have paid 300.
Yep.
Um,
The other one, next one, no, nothing.
okay. The next one paid,
Paid in full.
okay. The next one for East Street,
Has not paid anything.
okay.
I was told they'd come in, but.
Another East Street,
The other one is, let's see if they're on here. Nope, they have not.
okay. Green Square,
No, they have not.
Reynolds Street,
Nope,
Taylor Hill,
no.
Warner Ave,
Yes, $1,000.
okay. All right, and the other two, last two have,
Yes,
okay. So those that have blanks, they can be shut off then next Monday?
yes.
Okay,
With the exception of the, where are they here? 1, 2, 3, 4, the one on High Street
okay,
because of the location of the shut off.
yeah, gotcha. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Sadly, it looks like we're gonna have a big number when we do the town report again.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we're getting down to,
Yeah. I don't know, they'll pay like a month or two and then it's like nothing.
I mean, some of these on here, houses are for sale, so the hope is maybe they sell.
Right.
And then those numbers get cleaned up.
Yep.
But, yeah,
I mean, it's just it's time consuming and it's frustrating because, you know, I have my guys running out trying to find the shut off, shutting them off, and then, 2 hours later going back, turn it on. say,
Yeah.
okay, and that's why we've been doing the notices just to say, hey, you're delinquent. So then they come in before it's shut off and they pay.
yeah.
But I'm not sure why a lot of these have not at all.
I mean, most people are, or
They're-
most of them on this list are like in thousands.
Right, right.
I mean, there are a few that are under, but
Yep.
the bulk of them are 1,000 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the next the payment for this year is due next
I
month.
know.
So,
And I've explained that to everybody, you know, plus the interest, so.
yeah. Okay. Albert?
At least it's because you mentioned it about the town report,
Yeah.
or not town report, but
Yeah.
town meeting numbers. Did we ever decide anything with the marble and gifts, pocket marble and gifts? Remember we had that abatement hearing, and that was one we were gonna reach out.
They were supposed to pay something.
Yeah, and
Yes.
they never did.
Yeah, you know, because that's another one that may appear, I don't know if it's on this list.
I don't have anything to do with that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think they ever.
But I don't think they ever did make that payment.
Yeah,
No. I don't believe they did.
I don't see them on the list though.
That's one we want to try and make a determination on before.
Well, I mean, we
Here,
did
we
all.
just let that
we-
one ride some more.
I don't even see it on here. You saw it on here?
Well, no, Judy said it wouldn't be on this list because,
But that's not water sewer stuff, was it?
No, yeah.
yeah, I don't remember. I'd have to,
Yeah, that was water sewer.
Oh, it had to do
there were
with something
several that
else.
day that we looked at, and that one.
Yeah, you guys decided something on it, I can't remember.
Yes. And I thought we were gonna do a percentage of,
We did that.
Yes.
We sent the letters.
yeah,
And they had X amount of time to come in and do
Yes.
it. So,
because that was a big number that
Well,
appeared in March.
Yeah.
The number, the first one on the list is up there, is the house.
Is right.
Right.
But this
So
is
they're on the list for being delinquent and being shut off,
Yeah, but that was the house. This was the
Right.
marble gifts. That was
Right.
their business.
which was something totally,
but
yeah.
it was at that property.
But that's
Yeah,
still,
but it had nothing to do with my
Oh,
water
it
and
was personal
sewer.
property.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with me.
Yeah, it was personal property. That's what it was. That was still, that was what Celia brought and wanted to clear up off the books, remember, for the auditors.
yes. Yeah.
It wasn't water and sewer.
It had nothing to do with
Yeah, it
water
was
and sewer.
personal property. So that's something else, so. Yeah, I mean, and sadly, some of these are, at least one of these is a bank that's not paying.
Yeah. I
So-
saw that. Yeah, on the-
I found it's listed, with a realtor, so I contacted the realtor and, told her that they broke an ordinance too, so we're gonna put a lien on them about that. So she actually hired somebody and had it mowed. And I told her also about the delinquent, so she said she would try to take care of that too.
Yeah.
But when I've talked to them directly, they acted like, oh, we'll put a lien on it.
Yeah, and some of these places are vacant, so I don't know, what's gonna
Right.
happen, so.
So what's the magic number again that recommends shut off? When they get to a point of how much before we shut them off?
Well, I've been doing, like that report, is anybody over 500?
500?
Over 500, yeah, but, I mean, 500 is 2 payments, so,
Yeah. Okay.
but they can get a note, still a letter.
Yeah, so you figure like, what, it's about 1,050 for
A year.
a year for water and sewer. So if you're at 1,000, you're at least a year behind.
Right.
I mean, granted, some of these, I don't know
So it's not 500 total, it's 500 per
No, total,
if total,
total.
yeah.
but,
So that's 2 payments.
yeah. Because it could be just the fall payments, or it could just be spring payments, 500. And then the interest starts to get pretty
Yeah.
heavy. I mean,
I'm just
So-
so surprised there's such a list. There's gotta be,
well, some of the people on this list, though, I think have payment plans.
Yes.
So they're coming and paying, maybe a couple $100 every month or something like that.
That's why they're not on the shut-off list, because
So
they are
while
making payments.
some of the numbers are big on this list, they are paying every month, so. But, I mean, when you get up there, some of these, I mean,
Yeah.
you're at,
in the payment plan,
In the-
it's supposed to get you up to date with
Yeah.
current and delinquent in 1 year's time, so,
Right.
yeah.
and some of them, I don't even know how you could do that. If you owe $3,300, I'm not sure how you could get current
Right.
Yeah,
and in a year, I mean, seriously, and pay taxes. I mean, it's unfortunate, but some people have kinda, and I'm not sure that you can, in good conscience, do that to somebody. And I think if they are paying every month and adhering to their plan, then,
Yeah.
I mean, at least they're paying every month. That's what I would say.
I think the hard part is when they have a plan and they miss 1 month and then maybe another month, because then they're getting more interest, and then the payment's gone, and then what the payment they agreed to isn't gonna cover that within a year's time, so it's...
Yeah. But I mean, I do think we try to do our best to help people and set reasonable amounts. I mean, it's an expectation, it's a utility, you have to pay, so. I mean, if you didn't pay Green Mountain Power, they have a tendency, or Comcast.
Right.
Right.
So, all right, well, it is what it is, and I think we're doing the best we can, and hopefully people that are paying continue to pay, so we don't have to have the guys go out and, turn off and then go back in half an hour and turn it back on, so. All right, anything else for water?
No.
All right, a motion would be in order at 6:22 to leave water and enter the Board of Sewer.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. All right, so the delinquent accounts are similar. And then you had the packet of rules to review.
And I know I gave this to you guys the last time, but I wanted to start with the sewer just because to me it's the more important because of the projects that pop up.
And where was the one that you changed?
It was... I didn't change it yet.
Okay,
That's what I want. It's on page 13.
Okay.
Trying to see.
Section what?
Number...
7?
probably 3.
Yes,
Section 3?
yep.
Okay.
I'd like it to basically say that the service line is your responsibility to the main.
Okay.
So if your service line goes under the road and the main's across the street, that's on you, not the town.
Okay.
Okay, but the only thing here, we're talking, when you say main, you're talking the sewer.
Main, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest thing that, you know, talking with the guys and going over this and stuff was the concern, just because of the cost, because it happens to be the situation a lot.
Yeah. So I guess my only question would be equity and distance, right? So I will put myself out there personally as one that it probably wouldn't be, I would say that that rule will be inequitable for me, because mine is going to be from my house on one street all the way down to the house, to the street below me, which is a greater distance than people that live on that street, right?
Right.
So that would be my only question of equity. And I'm sure there are other instances like that. So if I have to do, 147 feet and someone else has to do 33 feet to the main.
Right.
There's,
I think the
and I don't have any control over that.
Right.
Right? Because that's already been done, and
Yeah.
that's the way the utility was built.
Right.
And I'm just using mine as an example, because
Right.
that's an anomaly.
Yeah.
And I don't know what most people know. I mean, if you've had a sewer problem, you know how far it is.
Right.
From how long your
Right.
line is to get to.
I think the main thing is that it's been, because a lot of lines ran under the road,
Yeah,
that's the big thing. They don't want to be responsible for digging up the road and paying
Yeah.
for it. So in your situation, maybe there's something different. If you live there and your water main, or your sewer line goes across the road to hit the main, it's your responsibility to go across the road.
yeah, it doesn't go across the road. Mine just
Right.
goes down the
But
town
that's-
right away.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the biggest
Yeah.
complaint and concern is right there, when it's under the road.
Yeah.
We don't, lots of towns and cities don't, under the road doesn't matter. It's your responsibility. They don't take,
Yeah.
they don't cover it just because it's under a road.
Yeah, I guess, but, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, that's also kind of an equity issue, right? Because if I live on the right side of the road.
Right, exactly.
Then sewer's on that side, but if I live on the left side of the
On
road,
the wrong side of the road.
or the wrong side of the road, then my line goes under the road.
Right, yep.
So I just,
Yep.
to look at that. And I'm not saying yay or nay, I'm just saying there is that kind of
Oh, I
equity
know, I get it, yeah,
issue.
yeah.
And being equitable, it applies to water and sewer.
Right, well,
Yeah.
both of mine go down
Yeah.
the right of way, so
Yeah.
mine are equitable and
What we decide in
different.
sewer is probably gonna be impacted by what we decide in water.
Right.
As far as whether we pay for digging under the road or
Right.
not.
So like,
Or water might be decided by what you decide on sewer.
well, or is there a level of equity, because is water on one side of the road and water is on the, or sewer is on the other? And I don't know, because
I think it,
both of mine run
I think it
down the-
depends on the street,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. And in some streets, it could be, everybody's could be under the road, right? Just because that's where
Right,
Yeah.
the main is.
yeah, I mean, if you have run a main up the north side of a road and everybody lives on the south side, then.
Yeah, but I mean like little streets, like say like Garden or Newton or like that.
Right, yeah, I don't know, I'd have to pull the
Yeah.
map for all the,
No, I'm just trying to like talk through the scenarios.
Park Street in front of the high school going up that end, water and sewer were on the same side of the street, the high school side. Then when they put the new water line in, they put it on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
Because you can't have both in the same trench anymore.
Right.
Used to be you could.
Good, yeah.
But
Yeah.
now you can't, so they put it on,
Right.
the west side of the
Yeah.
street, so.
So
But
there's-
some probably still are within the same trench.
so there's a possibility
Are
that.
in the same trench, but they're coming down a huge right of way. So,
Yeah.
So there's a possibility that a certain street can, all the houses on one side of the road would have to pay?
well, I'm just saying like,
Versus the-
so like, yeah, for example, like if you take Park Street, for example.
Yeah.
So everything's on Albert's side of the street. Hypothetically, the high school isn't there. Well, not even
There's houses.
hypothetically, there are houses there. So everybody's, I guess, their utilities are on the other side too now?
They're on just the water, so they would have to cross the street
Yeah.
to get to the water main.
Yeah,
And where I would, well, it's probably under the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Or right close to the sidewalk, so
Yeah.
it would be far less expensive for the people that live
yeah.
on the shorter side than on the other side.
So I guess there is some equity, because depending on what side of the street you live on, it could be water or it could be sewer that you have to.
So if a homeowner, so if we gotta dig into the road, so if, that's the homeowner's responsibility is what we're saying?
Not now, it isn't.
Well, that's the change they're proposing,
Well,
yeah.
that's what we're proposing.
Yeah.
That it's gonna be the homeowner's responsibility to pay for
Yeah,
the removal of the asphalt or the road and the repair.
yeah. So usually, like most
Digging too.
places, like when they
Huh?
do
Digging.
it, it's not, I mean, I don't know, but like they did one like in Chatterton Park, and it wasn't a huge cut. I
Right,
mean,
they actually did two up there,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just recently.
and they were across, they were on the south side and the main is on the north side. so they had to go across the road.
Yeah, so they.
Because the
bring-
break was in the middle, so,
Yeah. They bring something in and they cut across about, well, the width of the road, and then it looked like it was probably about, I don't know, 4 feet
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on,
because if the break's in the middle of the road, then they find the break and they go to there and dig, and then
Yeah.
they repair it from there. So now we've got one next week that we're doing on South Street, on Route 3. That's a sewer line, it goes across the street. So we have to go across the street to repair that.
Right, and why are we proposing to change this?
So we're not paying for it.
Responsible.
So what's the actual cost of doing it and how often has it happened?
This year it happened a couple times, it was probably $9,000 maybe?
So 9,000 per incident,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it happened twice?
yeah. I'm not, don't quote me on the exact numbers, but it was in that ballpark, yeah.
and
Okay,
did we do most of the work or we hired that out?
We hired somebody to excavate, to
Yeah.
dig it.
okay. I don't know,
And now we're doing South Street.
right?
Yeah. But
So my
like
opinion-
Newton Street, that's gonna be a,
That's
My
a nine.
opinion is I don't know, the cost is not so much that we would lay this burden down onto homeowners to take care of it. I think we'd be running into trouble. And for a few reasons, you know, it could be so many different scenarios. There's gonna be arguments as to whose property, who's gonna be doing the digging, the contracting. We'd have to go through,
Well, there'd have to be a bond, I would think.
well, the
Yeah,
town,
you
we'd have
get-
to come to you or say, you know.
They'd have to
anyone-
have approval by the town, who's they get.
Right, come to
You
you.
have to have dig safe go and all
Right.
that.
And have you guys, or have us do, the town do that and possibly do the work, which would happen anyways, regardless of who's paying for it.
Well, we would do the
Unless you
work.
hired a private
We
contractor.
wouldn't do the work.
Huh?
We wouldn't do the work.
no.
Well, you,
Well, but
Well-
we'd have to be there to oversee the work, cause it's
Yeah.
our
I
main.
mean, we wouldn't be digging the hut, we would.
No, but we'd still have employees, you'd still be there to make sure that.
Oh, yeah.
That we'd still wanna oversee how it was,
whatever contractor was used at one
Repaired.
time would be recommended to use again, just being overseen by the town, probably.
what if instead you had like, a cost associated with that was just a standard fee if that happened?
So like if you have to dig across the road, there's a flat fee of 4,000 or
Oh, I don't know, I wasn't thinking
50%.
that.
Quite a bit.
Yeah,
I
Well, I said
understand
it
meaning,
costs $9,000, so
I know.
half of it, 4,500.
yeah.
right, but that's thinking, yeah, it's good thinking to not lay the whole thing on a homeowner. You know, it's frequent, you know, it's not very frequent, it's not happening very frequent. I don't know, maybe it will, maybe the thing will burst tomorrow and
Good, Jay, now you jinxed it.
I don't know. And then you've got people on like on one side and you got people on another side. I think you just opened up a Pandora's box here we're looking for trouble. That's just my opinion,
Well,
so,
I mean, other towns do it. They're not liable.
well, maybe we're not other towns, so.
How about this, can we have the language for the next meeting? And then, I would suggest, if people have an opportunity, like, that's what I did with the other one. I like kind of read surrounding towns' policies about things, just to get an idea, you know, so people that abut us.
Okay, I'll get the language
Yeah.
that we're looking for.
Yeah,
I'll meet with the
and then the
guys.
responsibility of us to look and see what else.
Yeah, and I'll look at other
Yeah.
towns.
There's gonna be some kind of medium in there. My house, I may have everything right next, on my side of the road, I wouldn't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
Other than, you know, just to repair it, it could be nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
And the poor guy across the street's gonna end up paying $9,000. You know, that's just,
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That was my kind of concern, the equity part of it. If I
Right.
buy on the wrong side, you know, so now when we get reappraised, people that have all the utilities on one
So
side.
the utilities on,
Yeah, maybe your house is worth a little more than my house across the street.
We even say, well, you gotta lower ours because we have to pay.
Yeah.
the big
well,
one.
I'll get with Public Works and we'll try to,
And if there's anything else that they wanna do, yeah, maybe have them at least, you know, go through and circle.
Right.
Other things they wanna have changed.
yeah,
And we could look
Okay.
at that. So, like I said, I read through it. I honestly don't have depth of knowledge to make substantive changes, and my concern is just more, on a selfish side, equity.
Right, right.
I mean, I'll say,
And maybe they know the history why that was the wording in the original documents. Why did they
Yeah.
decide that it was gonna be, you know, from the curb stop to the main that
Right.
the
Yeah.
town was gonna take? Why did they decide for sewer it was gonna be from the right of way to the sewer main? It was
Yeah.
gonna be the town responsibility.
Yeah.
Maybe they
Right.
know,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
how that came about.
Right.
The logic that was used to come
Yeah.
up with that determination.
All
Because that would be
Yeah.
interesting. And then there were some other things. Could I just mention some other
yeah.
things, Lisa, that we can just, you know...
just tell us
give-
and we can
well, just give
circle
it just ponder on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Page 2,
Yeah.
under definitions, delinquency, it talks about the delinquency being based on a postmark. Well, all of our bills are sent out in one envelope, you know, in July. So I don't know why you want to look at the postmark as
Okay.
determining the delinquency. I almost think it should be like the last sentence says, but that was in the absence of a postmark. It should be the date on the bill, should be 30 days from the date on the bill you're delinquent. And then the postmark you could use only if the postmark is later than the date that's on the bill, well, then use the postmark to come up with your 30 days.
so the date from the bill, the due date on your bill,
Yes,
not the
well,
bill. it's-
read
okay.
that, and you'll see on the end, it says, in the absence of a
well,
postmark.
and that's actually how we operate. I mean, you aren't charged interest until, so if we're due in October, interest isn't charged till we flip the calendar to November 1.
Yeah.
So that's currently how we operate.
Oh, for real estate, I thought it wasn't delinquent until the start of the new fiscal year, but I thought, because this says it's delinquent after 30 days.
Yeah, I don't, this is not, no, but I'm saying even downstairs, when you pay, and we talk about it when we vote, because don't we charge interest for this too?
Yes,
Right.
water and sewer, you pay interest.
Yeah.
And it's delinquent 30 days after the due date on the bill. So
Yeah.
there's 2 bills for water, there's 2 bills for sewer, so it's delinquent 30 days after the first payment, and then it's delinquent for the second payment.
Yeah, but
30
that's-
days. And you know, that's what it is.
Statutorily, that doesn't even make
Okay.
sense.
Yeah,
All
and
right, well, look at this, you know.
So
look at
that's
the
fine, yeah,
statutes, right.
that could.
There's
that
a
could-
difference downstairs with what they consider delinquent and what they consider past due.
Yeah.
So past due is different than delinquent.
But that needs to be cleaned up so it
Yeah,
follows the
yeah, and
statute.
I don't know why we use the postmark, because everything's
Yeah.
in one envelope and it's July, so
Right.
that's
Yeah.
one thing that I think we
Okay,
should-
that's
we
good
should-
catch, yep.
we should look at. And then on page 4, section 34 and 35, it talks about the sanitary building drain and then the sanitary building sewer. And then that's where it appears again, the last sentence in section 35, the town shall bear the cost of maintenance and repair of the portion of the sanitary building sewer from the town right away to the sanitary sewer, which is, you know, the town assumes the responsibility. It's saying right there, the town is assuming the responsibility from where the sewer line comes from the house and meets the right of way. The town takes it over from there to the sewer main. And that's right in this,
Yeah. Right, yeah.
section 35. So, you know, if you're pondering, you know, what we're gonna do, you know,
No, that's-
that item is gonna be
34 says
impacted.
Something a little different, doesn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
34, that's in the building. That's your sewer line from the cellar out to 5 feet from the foundation. They have different verbiage for both of those, but,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would have to be changed too if you were changing stuff. Okay.
and then on page 5, section 55, unit or dwelling,
Yep.
it has a definition, and I'm thinking back of the water side, because this talks about, the residential is easy, it's clear to define.
Which number on
55.
55, it defines units and dwelling. Unit
Right,
means building, but when I think of this, I wonder, how is this gonna apply to, like, the Marble Exhibit building? That currently has 2 businesses in there. Will this
Well, this only
section
talks about,
is talking about residential more than,
Residential, correct.
right, but we've got more than just residential. That's why I say, this is where we're getting into trouble, where everything is built around residential, but we've got commercial and industrial, and that should be addressed. When you talk units and dwelling units, well, units mean buildings.
Yeah.
Well, Amia is a building, Vermont Marble is a building,
This one,
Terrace Rios is a building, so this also should speak to buildings, like
Right.
it says, and parse them out, so you can identify how you would address, like the White House, it's got 3 empty stories. What's to say there's not gonna be 10 businesses that move into that building? And this should speak, to that, how we would address a situation like that. And I know sometimes it's been brought up in the past about, well, we've only got 1 sewer line. Well, Proctor Place only has 1 water line and 1 sewer line probably, but they're paying for,
Yeah,
all
but
the
we
apartments and-
define that in the other document. So let's not lose our mind here.
Yeah,
Okay,
but anyways.
so
look
it
at-
is
look-
defined.
Yeah, look
Okay.
at 35, about, and ask yourself,
55.
55.
But on the fee schedule, it is defined, so it's defined a little differently, but we can make those so they're a little more seamless. Okay.
And then on page 6, section 6. And again, here's that language about extra fees for additional facilities and equipment.
Yep.
That's somewhere we've got to have the language, how we deal with extra equipment and facilities. It's not in this one, but somewhere,
Well,
because
it's
we're...
in that other sheet, the rates and fees schedule.
Well, no, it's like the high school and the elementary school, Lisa. How do we come up, what's the calculation used to come up with their usage?
We use the total number of students and then the school, just like you do when we calculated before, we did it like, as the age, you do so much, they use so many gallons, and the height, it's no different than you
Yeah,
do
well-
square footage is different at the high school than it is in the elementary school for rooms, and that's how we figured it, based on their population. So they have 125 kids to, 5 to 10, and they have 30 adults in the building, and
Yeah.
that's how it was calculated.
And I agree with that, and that's what we
And that's
should
the
use.
state, the state
Yeah, well,
recommended that when Stan was
yes,
here,
but
and
see-
that's how it was
Yeah.
calculated.
But see, this does not reference, that is the statute and article that defines what your usage is for new design sewer treatment plants. What capacity does this plant have to have? Then they have this table. And then you go to this table and say, for high schools, you allocate $5 per student. If they have showers and a kitchen, well, it might be 7 gallons per student per day. So then
Yeah.
you come up with a total and you say, okay, that
That's how it
total
was
divided.
figured, yeah.
Yes, and that's the thing, and that's what we've got to make reference to in this document, is that's where we go and get
I don't
those
think
figures.
you put that in this stuff.
Well, no, it will be in the water one.
Yeah,
It will be
that
in the
wouldn't
water,
be in
but
this
this is making reference to it, and I just wanted to bring
makes
it up
ref-
that.
yeah.
yeah, you know, it's bringing it up that you have to calculate those things, and we use just what you talked about. That's what we use, and that's what it should say in the other document.
Yeah, so
You know,
in retrospect, there's nothing wrong with that.
well, no,
Okay.
but if we change it in the other one, it's gonna have impact here. So this is the first one that we are gonna approve, so.
Yeah, but you're not gonna put the rates and fees in here.
No.
This is just a blanket statement, and it tells you what you do, where to go. That statement wouldn't change in this, because it's an ordinance. So, it's a rules and regulations. Well, it would change on the fee schedule. It wouldn't have to, you're telling them where to go. So,
Yeah.
anyway, okay, what's next?
And then on page 7, you know, 10 and 11, credit supervisor is probably the town manager. I don't know if you just want to change that, or if we do have a credit manager or supervisor. It's the third sentence.
Yeah,
on
that's
10.
the way when we had,
Well, it used to be the treasurer and clerk, and then it
when we
changed
had
to the town manager.
when we had an administrative assistant instead of a town manager. Stephanie was the credit supervisor, and then Rhoda was the credit supervisor.
Okay, but
That's how.
as far as collections of water,
Yeah,
sewer, yeah,
they-
so it's always been, so it's Celia.
Yeah.
And then when Michael came, Michael wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how I got it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we can,
We can bring it back downstairs. if
I
we
mean,
want.
it doesn't.
No, if there is a position in town, I just don't know who's a credit supervisor.
Well, I
You know,
mean,
but, yeah.
I think that it's not the worst thing, then if you wanna switch and allow somebody else to do it, if you put the town manager in there, then you're linked to that, so, I mean, you could put or you could put town manager or other, directed or assignee or something, so. Okay, and what else?
And the
11?
only other one was, Judy already brought it up, page 13, section 3, about, you know, it says, again, in that sentence, that the town, you know, pays for the maintenance repair
Yeah.
portion, so.
Page 11, what?
13, the one we went over already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we'll look over those, we'll bring the verbiage back. I would, suggest that people, you know, take an opportunity. I mean, you can set while you're watching TV and pull it up on your phone, you know, abutting towns, rules and regulations, and, you know, scan through it. You can put the keywords in, that pops right up for you, so. All right. So we will put that on the next agenda for
14th, is it?
draft,
September 14th.
for the first draft, right?
Yes.
Because this didn't have any changes, okay. All right, a motion will be in order to leave the Board of Sewage Commissioners at 6:48 and re-enter the regular select board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? All right, you had your service report in your packet. Any questions about that?
Do you see some of these speeds through town?
Yes.
Yeah, in the 25 mile an hour.
Yeah,
68.
I see the total amount, 3,200.
yeah, it was a lot of money, yeah.
Oh, and I did reach out to them about the ones that you questioned, not last meeting, one before.
Yeah.
With the Pleasant Street and all those, and that was an error, it was West Rutland, so they credited us
Yeah,
on the
good.
next bill, so. But yeah, I mean, it's good, I mean, it still hasn't slowed a lot of people down, they just,
Now, what is an ATL vehicle? Is it supposed to be ATV? I had that underlined.
yeah, I don't know, I would think all-terrain, what?
Oh, is that what they say? All terrain?
I don't know, that's what I would think it was, but I don't.
That's what I thought, but it was ATL, so I was like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe that's something, an alternate vehicle, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's something else.
I had no idea. Yeah, some of these $475 for a ticket is like, whoa.
Well, plus one of them was an arrest because they were going so fast that it felony, so they,
Negligent
Yeah.
operation.
Fortunately, I have not been in the vicinity of any of these people, and that's people when I'm leaving or coming into town. I mean, maybe it flashes like 31 or something like that, but
well, trust me, I live right there on the corner.
Yeah,
People going out of town early in the morning,
yeah.
But the thing
they're
is,
flying.
Judy, these people are before midnight, because there's not much coverage after midnight.
Right, right.
So the
Oh,
people
no.
they're picking up doing this speed, it is,
In there in early morning, like I'm talking 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, going out of town. That's when a lot of them
But
are,
they aren't here much after 8 o'clock.
right? Yeah. I've
Well-
seen them sometime,
I do think it would be good if
No.
they're here first
Yeah.
day of school as
They
they
are.
fly around the corner.
I talked to them and
'Cause
they said
they-
they're on the schedule.
Do have a tendency, some of them, to cut through property and not stop at stop signs. It happened last year, and
Yeah.
it's probably gonna not end well for people. All right, town managers report.
All right, so I have everything on here. Credit card system's working. People are using it. They're very
Great.
happy.
Now, 3 people that, I asked that question this morning.
Oh, really?
One of them was Celia.
Yeah, she was the
Yeah,
test,
she was the test.
Well, I said I would be the test, but I don't wanna pay 3% on mine.
I blame you.
On
there, 3%?
I gotta watch Benny.
That's the fee.
Yeah.
I said maybe if it was a dog license or something, I'd put the 3%
I'll be the test
on it.
dummy, but I don't have to pay the 3%.
Town doesn't get any of it, that's what municipal gets for,
Right.
putting in the system
Yeah.
and doing all the software work. Well,
But that's for a lot of places now, if you
Yes.
pay, they ask
Go
you
to a
cash or
restaurant.
credit, I mean,
It's just convenient, they're
Even
out of
those.
town, it's easy for them to not mail a check. Most people don't even have, some people don't have checking accounts, so.
and a lot of people use it, the 3% is a wash because they get the points to
Right.
do stuff, so.
We ordered storage containers for the wastewater, project. They've
see
been
we got
brought.
one down.
Yeah, so they're gonna start moving stuff out. I already told you I contacted the Realtor for North Street. There was a document request from Brandon from Zion, requesting a number of documents regarding everything, from his property to how we calculate taxes and
Oh, my
Proctor,
God.
to
Yeah.
the assessment, to the utilities, all the meeting minutes, and,
What was it, a packet about that?
yeah, about that. So we sent that off.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of complaints about garbage at Beaver Pond.
Yes.
Garbage and rats at property owners' homes.
Yes.
Lawn care and tree overgrowth issues. There was an issue with rats and garbage, and Lisa and I went down to the property last week, sent them a letter saying it had to be cleaned up. Half of it by Wednesday, the rest by today. I went down and it's
Done.
cleaned up. It's gone. So that's good. And there was a lot of stuff. So, a couple other ones I'm working on, and then I've got a list to send letters for overgrowth, grass. There's a lot of properties that are just,
Yeah.
and not even, they mow their lawn, but there's a bank like on the side of the road, so it's on our road and they're not taken care of, so it's over into the road.
Oh, between the sidewalk and,
Yeah, or just
Yeah.
like on East Street where there is no sidewalk, there's
Oh,
overgrowth into the road there, and
yeah,
I don't want to interrupt you,
No, you're
Judy, but
fine.
you're speaking about it, I avoided, coming on Holden in front of your house.
yeah.
And getting onto Route 3 because there's a blind spot. When you look south, that overhanging brush, you couldn't see in that one blind spot. You pull out and all of a sudden there's a vehicle right on you. You say, where'd that come from? Well, then they cut it back a couple of years ago and now you had that clear view.
Okay.
And it was
At my
easy to
house.
pull out. No.
no, but it's there again.
It's there again.
Right behind me, you
It's
mean.
the red house.
Yes.
Yeah, if they could, cut some of that such that you can see.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just for a moment you lose the
Yes,
car.
Yeah.
and then you pull out, and all of a sudden, where
there's a
did that
car
car
coming.
come
Yeah.
from?
Yeah, because I inch out when I go out of there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that'll be fine.
yeah, that's something that would be trimmed back.
or even if we just go cut it as a safety issue.
Yeah, it might be easier.
Particularly with school starting.
Okay. All right.
I'd feel better about that.
There was a sinkhole repair on East Street, complain about it, sinkhole, I think it just keeps happening, so they keep going back. They striped the crosswalks this past week.
Yep.
Church Street paving was done and the new sidewalk installed. I'm very happy with the sidewalk. I think it looks really good. I
Good.
think they did a really nice job. Took the railing down along the
Main
Yeah.
Street.
It's amazing that 2 weeks ago we were talking about getting bids and here we're talking about the project's complete.
Right,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah,
No, they
that's
jumped on it,
great.
it was really good. Route 3, I mentioned South Street, that is going to, I've reached out to the state because, we're trying to figure out, we don't need state approval, but when they dig, they're gonna have to shut that road off, and we can't reroute tractor trailers down Grove Street and River Street.
Oh, so we can't do half and half?
No. So, because of the property, the way it is, if they dig, they can't, in order to connect, they couldn't dig across and fill because of the space. 'Cause of the
Okay.
cleft,
And what
so
date are we doing that?
they wanna do it Monday, the 31st.
Okay, so are we,
But we're not until I hear from the state, because we're trying to figure out, we need to close Route 3 to trucks, and it's only gonna be one day.
yeah,
And they plan on starting later in the morning, so school, we'll get to school first. And
Okay.
then they'll dig after.
Okay.
I asked about putting signs at Route 3, Pittsford and Rutland Town, saying no tractor trailer trucks today through
Yeah.
here. Everybody else can easily be rerouted.
yeah,
But
you
they
can
can't.
go over the hill
Or just Grove Street and behind the church. Or
yeah.
up Reynolds, yeah.
I mean, do we have to get permission to go through the, no,
Church.
wait, the church?
Well, I mean, if people didn't go up Reynolds, they could go by the garage and go up church parking lot.
Oh, yeah,
Where's the work being done?
Right on South Street, you know
next
where,
to the cemetery.
That's the cemetery.
You know where
That
Ron-
house that they cut all the brush around.
you know where Ron Oakman lives?
They.
Right in front of his house.
The sewer line is, they stopped digging about a foot
But do we have
and
to
a
have
half
permission to go through the
from the
church?
pavement.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
No,
Okay. I would just ask that once we get, notice, that we do notify the schools
Yep,
so that they're aware, so at least they, because if it's not in the morning, which would be great, I'm sure people will be thrilled with. But
Right.
it's gonna be in the afternoon so people can,
right, yeah. They'll just have a detour sign too, they can,
yeah, but I still think we should know at enough time we can notify them.
right. As soon as the state gets back.
Well,
We'll get
yeah,
back
but
to
I'm just saying, or even if you just let me know, I'll notify the schools.
Okay.
That we're gonna, from 10 to, or 10 going
Yeah.
forward, whatever the date
Right,
is.
it'd just be rerouted. Let's see, so I talked to the guys today, they're prepping Beaver Pond for paving, checking culverts, manholes, everything else, et cetera, down there on that road. They've been cleaning up a lot of brush, lawns, trees. I mentioned before, the wastewater treatment plant, cleaning out the buildings to put in storage containers. And we got a price on salts from one, vendor, but I'm waiting on another one, so.
Okay. And are they
it's gonna
going,
be
when
pricey.
they get ready, while they're prepping Beaver Pond, are they cutting back the trees and stuff along Beaver Pond too? Just to clean it up, so that's done too? I mean, it just seems like we've been so wet, there's a lot of,
Trees down, you mean?
it's just like a lot of growth, a lot of stuff hanging.
Yeah, I
So-
don't know if they've mentioned any of that.
It just seems like if we should just, so when we're done, it's nice and
Right,
clean.
right. Well, if people
Some
stop leaving
spots
garbage,
along the West Proctor Road too, that
yeah,
the trees are
yeah,
encroaching on the.
yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have equipment to take care of all that, and it's
We
frustrating.
don't have the thing that goes over?
No.
No.
We can't borrow that from?
I've reached out, I actually looked at pricing them out to buy one,
Yeah.
because they're neat, because they go over the rail and can mow, but they can also go up high and cut all the trees.
Didn't we used to have something that went over the rail and mowed?
For a while,
Last year, Pittsford did it for
somebody-
us.
Oh,
I did reach out to Rutland Town and ask them, and also just what they got, because
maybe the
some of the,
state, if they need somebody to practice, they're doing a nice
That's
job.
right.
Maybe they could come practice on it.
I know, I was like, what are they doing? They just keep plowing their things into the
It
woods.
looks nice though, they're pushing it
Oh,
out
I guess I
back.
haven't gone by it.
Bobcat has been going
Yeah.
under the
the
guardrails
prongs.
in-
Okay.
And it
In between the
push, and then the other piece is
Oh.
cutting everything down along the,
Then we could do that, we got a
Tracks.
Bobcat idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have guardrails.
Now, I looked at some and I'm like, oh, price isn't too bad, and it's like, that's for the attachment,
But,
not
yeah.
for the tractor that
Yeah,
goes
you're
with
gonna
it.
have-
well, what does it cost to have Pittsford come do it?
Last year, I think when they did it, I wanna say it cost 3,000.
I mean, price-wise, does that make more sense to hire them to do it than to,
Purchase one.
Purchase
I mean, down the road,
something.
it'd be nice to have them, because we
Right,
have
but
so many trees going
do we
down.
even have space to, keep something like that under cover?
Right, that's another thing we've been talking about.
I would say at this point that cost-wise, I would think it would be more responsible just to hire them.
Yeah.
One, it's done.
Right.
Because it is true, West Street is, I mean, it's just like,
Right,
but you can have it and get it done, and $3,000, you don't have the investment, you don't have the maintenance, you don't have,
right.
Yeah. and
I
that-
mean, it might be 6,000 this year, who knows?
well, gas is a little
Yeah.
bit more, so,
But we can also rent them too.
Traffic control too. and-
yeah.
We looked into renting them too, just
Yeah.
renting the equipment and having
Yeah, but
our
if
guys
we,
do it,
and if we rented it, how many of our guys would have to be over there to do it?
which is
Yeah,
one.
2, 3.
Is it just the one?
Yeah,
They-
one
oh,
operating it,
Okay, okay.
yeah. Why'd you have more?
I don't know, like, everybody needs a flagger these days, it seems like, everything
No,
you
I've
do.
seen them, they just drive along the thing and it goes over and it cuts all along the.
Yeah,
The signs that say mowing.
yeah, yeah,
Mowing or whatever.
Right. But
Well,
they
I-
usually travel in couples, so it will be fine.
yeah. So I think, can we like figure that, look into that for next meeting?
Yep.
Contracting with them versus maybe renting it, so, cause it's, I mean, we wanna have that done like in September, that seems the.
Well, that's just it. They'll do it when they can do it, not when we want.
Yeah.
Right, well, so if we could just see their price and
Yeah.
time frame
And I-
versus what the rental price is, I think.
And I'm asking Rutland Town as well.
Okay,
Okay.
and then we'd have those options to look at.
Yep.
Okay. All right, any other old or new business? There's a whole mess of dogs out there. Playing. They're running around and playing. All right, a motion would be in order to find that premature general public knowledge regarding personnel contracts would place the town at a substantial disadvantage because the select board risks disclosing its negotiation decision if it discusses the contract terms in public.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
A motion will be in order to move into executive session to discuss personnel contracts of a public officer or employee under the provisions of Title I, Section 313A3 of the Vermont Statutes at 7:05.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.